more money and spend more money.
That's real, though.
If we use credit cards as a substitute for money and try to bail out, but the law don't take it. If white folks take chains off our ankles, and we put chains around our necks and ain't changed our mind, we ain't better. We worse off. I don't need to one witness now. We're going to say, take hip-hop to Wall Street.
Political question for me. I'm here with the Source family. What I'm excited about is to see that first of all, rap as an art form has made the cut. It's here to stay. And the rap artists are becoming more mature in the sense that you see fighting for education tonight, voter registration, helping to fight the AIDS epidemic. More rappers are now entrepreneurs who are now writing their own music and producing it and distributing in their own music and owning their own companies and now becoming investors in Wall Street. One sees a maturity in the hip-hop community that's good for the healing of the nation. When you think about groups like Eminem, for example, how it has influenced across racial lines. So you see a certain racial healing, bridge building taking place. And so to that extent, it's all good. Now sometimes the lyrics are a little edgy because the pain is so intense. I mean, this is the group that sees themselves disproportionately race profiled and stopped by the police, locked up disproportionately. They saw a stolen election at the expense of black voters, so they don't feel good about that. And then they reflect that pain. Fundamentally, the young hip-hoppers are becoming a real force for
that just a couple of weeks after we couldn't come down here and stay in a nice hotel, and you better not make no, funny faces at no white woman, or you better not, make no gestures. We can't drink out the fountain. You can't go in a restaurant. Just a couple of weeks later, we come down here, and it seems like young people have forgotten that freedom that you have, you had to pay a price for. And a lot of you didn't pay the price and don't realize that there's a price that has to be paid to protect it. There's a price that's being paid all the time. There's a brother amongst us who's still paying the price all the time. And I want to bring on that brother because for me, I feel a lot of us not stood up there where we're supposed to. I mean, this generation is not like previous. You could just look back to previous generations. There was some struggle in us. There's no young black leaders because there's no young people who are concerned. But you better stand up and hold up the ones you have. In a minute, you can't say what you want on your record no more. Any minute now, they're going to make it so Dave can't accept it. Even an ad from a hip-hop company and the radio stations we've been talking about that promoted that Million Family March Million, they're suing the radio stations for playing our records. They're trying to shut them down. So you better support the leadership you have. And our greatest black leader over the last 30 years is right here amongst us. One of our biggest hustlers and hardest workers, certainly in the political field. And this brother is being penalized all the time. So I just want to bring on a great leader, a great supporter of the hip-hop community for many years, the great Reverend Jesse Jackson. Stand up, boy, get up.
Say I am. lights just a little bit. A little too dark for me this time of night. Let me make several basic observations. First of all, we must stop being defensive about hip-hop. Stop apologizing about hip-hop. And stop stereotyping hip-hop. But while they aim these targets at young blacks, instead of these draconian laws, 3 strikes and you're out, mandatory sentencing, no hip-hopper shut up Columbine High School. No hip-hopper shut up schools in Paducah, Kentucky. No hip-hopper shut up Pearl, Mississippi. No hip-hopper hooked up a man behind a truck and drug him through the streets of Texas. And so we are not to judge all police by the way 4 police shot up Diallo in New York. If we're not to judge all police by how they rammed Luima in the rectum to the nearly bled to death in Brooklyn, then don't stereotype all hip-hoppers. It's not fair and it's not right. In a real sense, tonight, I want to congratulate you, Russell, and all of the members of this family, Kevin, because hip-hop is making a turn for the better. First of all, much of your attack is based upon your being out and opening the door, demanding that you get in. Hip-hop is a business. It is an art form of rap that will not go away. Hip-hop has the power to affect child style, to accept changes in style and changes in substance. Yet I challenge you with all of this awesome power to have the good judgment to turn to each other and not on each other, and to give love a chance, and to give peace a chance. It doesn't make sense to have this kind of power and talent and be divided who is east and who's west. The fact of the matter is, none of us are free until all of us are free. When you look at Collins Avenue in Miami Beach, we're free to spend our money, free to enjoy ourselves, free to ride in leased cars, and don't own a single building. Which means that we are released, say released, but not free. As I travel the cities of our country, say strong minds, break strong chains. Strong minds, break strong chains. As I travel our cities, whether Miami, Houston, New Orleans, Denver, Phoenix, New York, and Chicago, in every city I see at least 2 new buildings, a new ballpark and a new jail. Invariably, first-class jails and second-class schools. As I travel our nation, I see us, we're not just profiled as hip-hoppers, we're profiled outright. We must use our minds to break the shackles of stereotype of our young people. But in a real sense, the stereotype of all of us were here tonight. I want to say to you, let nothing and nobody break your spirit. I was in jail July 17, 1960, trying to use a public library in Greenville, South Carolina. I came here on this beach with Dr. King in 1965. We couldn't drink water at a single fountain, couldn't use a toilet, couldn't walk on the beach. Things did not change. Somebody sacrificed and made those changes. We've come too far, and we've bled too much and died too young to turn fool now. All the talk about the police brutality and race profiling and the Klan and their white sheets. I held Tupac's hand in the hospital in Las Vegas. We lost that young genius, the madness of who was going to be Superman. We should not have lost Tupac on madness. We should not have lost Biggie on madness. We must stop the violence and stop the killing and make sense of our lives. No more loss of Tupac and Biggie. In the madness, we have this power. The power to change the world. Athletes, listen to the rap. The rap, watch the athletes together. We fill up the stadium. We fill up the football arenas. We fill up the concert halls, and yet when it's all over, with the exception of Johnson Publishing Company in Chicago, Atlanta Life in New York, North Carolina Music in Durham, we don't own a single downtown building nowhere in the country. Not one in Los Angeles, LA, La La Land. Not one in San Francisco. Not one in Denver. Not one in Kansas City. Only one in Chicago. Not one in New York, or Newark, or Trenton, or Baltimore, or Washington. Either something is wrong with us, or something wrong with the formula. It's time for a new formula. Ain't nothing wrong with us if we change our minds. When you change your mind, the whole world makes an adjustment. When you change your mind, the whole world makes an adjustment. When you change your mind, the whole world makes an adjustment. We're in essentially the fourth stage of our struggle. If I were writing a Freedom Symphony tonight, and there are four movements in the symphony, I know you James Brown fans think it's only two, but there really are four movements in a symphony. If the first movement was to end slavery, 200 years of thick drum beats. Russell's second movement was to end legal segregation. And the third, the right to vote. The fourth stage is access to capital. Say access to capital. Access to money. In other words, you could be out of slavery, out of segregation, have the right to vote, and starve to death. We're now in the fourth stage of our struggle. And while I'm excited about our singing, our rapping, our dancing, and our praying, we could do all that in slavery. We could sing, preach, dance, pray, have sex, and make them sin slavery. Sin slavery. We could sing, dance, pray, play, have sex, make babies, work hard, but still in slavery. It's not enough to have the right to sing, dance, hop, skip, if in fact we cannot have access to our share of capital. My challenge to hip-hop is to use this awesome God-given talent to change our condition. What do I mean by condition? Tonight, my friends, 85% of all rural arrests are white. 75% of all urban arrests are white. 55% of all in jail are black. What's wrong with that picture? $40,000 worth of marijuana, probation. $8,000 worth of powder, probation. Or $29 worth of crack, 5 years in jail. What's wrong with that picture? 12% of the population jail tonight. What's wrong with that picture? What about what I just said that you do not understand? Can I have your attention for a moment? Tonight, more young black men in jail than college. Anything I just said that you don't understand? Tonight, more young black men in jail than in college. Tonight, the #1 killer of young black men is not drive-by shootings. It's not race profiling, it's AIDS. AIDS can be killed before it starts. 20 million have died from AIDS in the last 20 years. 36 million got HIV, got AIDS tonight. There'll be 100 million with AIDS in 5 years. AIDS is World War III. AIDS is World War III. Driven by the jail culture. I was in jail just last week in Cook County. Took 50 ministers. I want to take some hip hoppers with me to jail. If you can stand there, go and get back out. I want some disc doctors to go with me. I want some programmers, press to go with me. Because this AIDS has been driven by the jail, because in that jail culture, there's same-sex sex, there's drug sex, there's forced sex, and there's recycled sex. I asked 1,000 young black men, how many of you have been in jail before? And all 1,000 stood up. How many of you have a child at home? All stood. 2 children at home? All stood. 3 all stood. 4 all stood. I stopped at 4. Ages 18 to 24, making babies without responsibility, spreading it among the women, and giving it to the babies. Men have a burden to stop the AIDS. Take the test. We must all, Russell, take the AIDS test publicly. Why? Because we break the cycle of fear, and because most folks who have it don't even know they got it. Magic Johnson did not take the AIDS test. Magic Johnson did not take the AIDS test. Magic went out with his regular basketball test, and they found HIV. Early enough so it would not turn to AIDS. Then Magic got the best of medicine, exercise and diet, and so he lives on. Most who got it even here tonight don't know you got it. It's the #3, AIDS. If you can rap, think, excite, let's fight the #1 killer. Don't stop there. Why when Russell says rap the vote, when Puff Diddy goes and faces jail, or Johnny Cochran argues his case, only those who register to vote can serve on the jury to free your own peers. You can't free a hip-hopper just by saying, I'm your guy, and your ass outside and can't get in the jury box. We'll put it another way. Just trying to make it real for a minute since it's so late. They had this rebellion in LA 5 years ago, and Rodney King got beat almost to death. We went upset and started burning buildings. 55 blacks and Latinos got killed. In front of Stevens radio station at 5 in the morning on Crenshaw, I said to 5,000, let us stop right now. Let's register and vote with a passion. I said, register, rap, vote, fight back. And they cheered. Let's register, rap, and fight back. Then one young man wrote and said, Rev, the hell with voting. Enough of that shit, I'm going to get on down. I said, well, I don't mind you getting down with you. You can get out and still register. So I ain't with the voting. So I'm tired of marching. Because he had never marched, but tired of marching. He's tired of other folks marching. And so I ain't with that, so I ain't gonna vote. I said, well, you mean that you are upset because the white police people right in the king here said, show you're right. I said, you mean if you were in Simi Valley and they brought those 4 white police before the jury, that you would vote against them to be 11 whites, and you say, I ain't gonna sell, I would, the hell with I'd fight like I would get down. I would block the jury. I said, you do understand, only those who vote can be on juries. He said, oh. Say amen, somebody. My point is, you can't even fight for hip-hoppers who are falsely arrested unless you're registered to vote. This ain't no stage joke. Tonight, there are many innocent young people on death row, falsely accused, wrongfully convicted, didn't have a good lawyer, stereotype like San Antonio from Texas. You cannot fight for them unless you have the power to vote. Actually, there's something called predators. Last week, Bush signed up an $8 billion deal with Toyota over 10 years, leveraging our capital to expand the marketplace, leveraging our capital. Money doesn't make sense unless you make sense with money. If you grow apples and can't turn apples into apple jelly, you have rotten apples. I wish I had one witness here tonight. This year, when Wall Street project comes around in January, I want to have a hip-hop session at the Wall Street project in New York this year. We're going to take hip-hop to Wall Street. So take hip-hop to Wall Street. Because if we make more money and spend more money,
That's real, though.
if we use credit cards as a substitute for money and try to bail out with a lotto ticket, if white folks take chains off our ankles, and we put chains around our necks and ain't changed our mind, we ain't better. We worse off. I don't need but one witness now. We're going to say, take hip-hop to Wall Street. Let me close on this note. Somebody said, Reverend, say, why go to Wall Street up there where the white folks are? Let's go to Harlem and get real. First of all, black people live in Harlem, but they mostly rent, and black folks don't own Harlem. Harlem is what the real estate folks assigned us to. And as Clinton goes to Harlem, and real estate goes up, some of us going out. So even Harlem is going to be the thing to pass unless you're in the high rate district pretty soon. So unless you own it, you really can't claim it. We're going to take hip-hop to Wall Street. Somebody said, well, why take us up there where the white people are? Let's stay back in Bed-Stuy. Let's stay with our own. When you think that Harlem, that Wall Street average 8 hours, there's some graves on Wall Street. 5 years ago, they tried to dig up those graves and build a building. But those are graves of black people on Wall Street. How did the graves get there? Wall Street started as a commodity exchange and a shipping industry. Shipping what? Shipping blacks from Africa and shipping cotton to Europe. We are at the foundation. We founded Wall Street. Wall Street is a commodity exchange. Shipping us, we were the commodity. And cotton was the exchange. A lot of fun to be fooled. A lot more fun to know. If we know better, we do better. We got to fight back. We got leverage. Why must we fight the economic fight, Russell? Because a report came out in this on July 4th in the New York Times. It said black people pay $400 to $1,000 more per car than whites. In the name of credit unworthy, in the name of black profiling, we pay $400 to $1,000 more per Nissan car. And as the salesman make the markup, the company gets a 25% kickback, and the salesman gets 75%. We pay more for cars by race and by zip code. We stay further from the job, so we drive further, we pay more for gas. We have now found 80 insurance companies across the South that had 2 sets of books, one for color and one for white. And they call it number 1, number 2, we were number 2. They call it standing premium. We were premium. We paid premium, we didn't get premium back. Can I have your attention just for a minute? If we pay, watch this, if we pay more for cars, pay more for insurance, pay more for clothes, pay more for food, pay more for a bank loan, and get less services and more taxes, and they cut off capital, we die. And being black does not say the man hemorrhaging out of both ends. Talk to me, somebody. If you paying more for money and money cut off, you die. And so, rap has the power to move a generation from hope, from dope to hope. Rap has a power to move us from funerals to futures. Rap has the power to change our minds, and strong minds break strong chains. Rap has the power to change us from purchasing in the hotel to owning the hotel. Why can't we own this hotel? It's for sale. And so, rap has the power to move a generation from hope, from dope to hope. Rap has a power to move us from funerals to futures. Rap has the power to change our minds, and strong minds break strong chains. Rap has the power to change us from purchasing in the hotel to owning the hotel. Why can't we own this hotel? It's for sale. Why can't we own it? It's for sale. It is important to us. So it is tonight. Why can't we own it? It's for sale. It is important to us. So it is tonight. My hope is when we have a chance, I say don't give up on hip-hoppers. Don't give up on this generation, because God sent you here. What must be your purpose is your challenge to define that. Not long ago, I went to the ball game when Shaq and the Lakers played the 76ers in Philadelphia. And I saw all of the young whites from the suburbs coming in and young blacks wearing Allen Iverson number 3. I saw them wearing number 3 and my man Allen, and how they love Allen Iverson's mother down to the other end of the court, and we love Allen. Now white folks wearing cornrows because they love Allen. But my friends, hear this now. This is the real deal. 5 years ago, Allen Iverson was in jail. Allen was in a high school fight in the 11th grade. 3 young men in a scuffle. Young girl got hit across the head with a chair. Young white lady. All of them were classmates. They called it mob action. They call it felony. They call it federal crime. They never convinced anybody that Allen did the hitting. Sure was no gun involved. They gave him 3 20-year sentences for looking dangerous. They put Allen Iverson in jail. He had inadequate lawyers, and Russell, they dropped 2 of the 20 years, they gave him 1 year at 20. They convicted Allen Iverson. He then went to jail for 5 years as a junior in high school. We marched and raised hell. Because our black boys helped create a governor named Doug Wilder, we got Allen Iverson out of jail after 4 months on the condition that he not be allowed to play ball his senior year. Allen could not play basketball his senior year in high school. Long as he was poor and black and stereotyped, he's bound to 20 years in jail. Somehow, because we didn't give up, because we chose to be sober, sane, sensitive, and fight back, Allen got out of jail. Well, everybody loves Allen now. We love results, but somebody got the love process. Love these little kids when they can't talk well. Love them when they can't shoot basketballs. Love them when they can't run track. Love them when they can't play tennis. Love them because they're somebody all by themselves. Love them because they're God's children. So here, Papas, you have the power. God gave you the same power he gave David. You can slay Goliath. You have the power. You can make crooked ways straight. You have the power. You can close down dope dens by changing your appetite. You have the power. No more Tupac's and Biggest laws. You have the power to love each other, embrace another with a knife in your hand. We have the power. All these police around here making money, not just looking at us like we're going to break out here and do something crazy. They need a real job. Don't look at hip-hop. They need a real job. They need a real job. So I said tonight, my brothers, Russell, Kevin, Garnett, Master P, Prince, don't let them break your spirit. And don't go back. You turn the curve now. You ever been your power that they didn't give it to you, they can't take it, you have a power. God has given you power. In your mind you create, you have power. You think of worlds that never were, you have power. You made ways out of no way, you have power. Your mamas and grandmamas never imagined that you'd be where you are tonight, you have a power. College didn't give it to you, you still have a power. Use your mind, use your spirit. Let love be our guide. If we have the faith, God has the power. And so, hip-hop, keep rapping. FUBU, keep working, keep building. We'll reach our state of excellence, and no one can take it from us. When we sing We Shall Overcome, they dance in South Africa. They dance in Poland, they dance in China. We have the power. We can change the world. They dress like us. Somebody say, just tonight, say, what is it? Black man, Eminem can have a #1 hit record. What does that mean? That should mean they got more market. So they say, every president, say he sang like Little Richard. He sold more records, not because he could sing better, because he had more market. So we will determine the culture. But let us not just adjust to it, let's change the culture. Let's stop the violence. Let's keep hope alive. I love you very much, and God bless you. I believe I can touch